From the moment I met you, I knew you were the one. Will you marry me?
Oh my goodness, yes! Yes, I will! I also have a surprise for you!
You're pregnant?
Really?
Oh my god, I'm so happy! I'm gonna be a father! Ah!
What if one perfect evening held two life-changing surprises instead of one? Tonight's story begins with a warm family dinner, grows into a heartfelt proposal, and ends with a revelation powerful enough to change everything. Love, commitment, and a miracle collide in a single, unforgettable night shared by Huyen, Day, and little Maya. Before we dive into this emotional journey of promises and new beginnings, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss a story that touches the heart. Now, take a deep breath and step into a moment where happiness truly overflows. From the very beginning of that evening, something about Huyen felt quietly extraordinary, as if she were carrying a secret too precious to reveal too soon. The dinner table was filled with familiar warmth, soft golden lights spilling across the plates, the comforting clink of cutlery, and Maya's cheerful voice dancing through the air as she excitedly shared stories from her day. Dee laughed easily, relaxed and content, unaware that the happiness he felt was only a prelude to something far greater. Huyen, however, moved through the moment with a gentle attentiveness that caught the eye. Her smiles lingered a little longer, her gaze softened whenever it rested on Dee or Maya, and now and then her hand would unconsciously pause near her abdomen, as if protecting a fragile miracle only she could feel. Beneath her calm exterior, her heart beat fast with anticipation, not from nervousness, but from the weight of joy she was holding back. Every glance at Dee reminded her of the small object hidden away, waiting patiently to change everything. A gift not wrapped in ribbons or paper, yet powerful enough to reshape their world. She listened closely to Dee's voice, memorizing the sound of it, wondering how it would change once he knew. Would he be speechless? Would he laugh, cry, or simply hold her without saying a word? The thought sent a quiet thrill through her chest. Even Maya, with her sharp curiosity, seemed to sense something unusual, occasionally studying Huyen with innocent eyes before returning to her meal. The air itself felt charged, as if the room were holding its breath alongside Huyen. Every second stretched deliciously, filled with unspoken meaning, and the ordinary setting of a family dinner slowly transformed into the stage for a life-altering revelation. Huyen allowed herself to savor this moment of secrecy, the last few minutes before everything would be out in the open, because once the truth was revealed, nothing would ever be quite the same again. And as she looked at the two people she loved most in the world, her heart overflowed with certainty. The gift she was about to give was not just news, but a promise, a future, and a deeper bond that would soon tie them together forever. As the last plates were gently cleared from the table and Maya hopped down from her chair to play nearby, the warmth of the evening seemed to deepen rather than fade. Dee stood up with an unfamiliar calm, though his heart was racing faster than he cared to admit. Huyen noticed the subtle change immediately, the way he took a steady breath, the way his eyes searched for hers with a seriousness wrapped in tenderness. She felt her own anticipation rise, her secret pulsing softly between excitement and emotion, as if two beautiful surprises were about to meet in the same moment. Dee reached into his pocket, his fingers brushing against a small velvet box he had carried with him all evening, waiting for the right second, the right silence. When he finally stepped closer to Huyen, the world around them seemed to narrow until only the two of them existed, suspended in a bubble of quiet happiness built over years of shared love, challenges, and dreams. He knelt down slowly, deliberately, as if savoring the significance of every movement. The soft sound of the box opening felt louder than it was, revealing a ring that caught the light and shimmered with meaning far beyond its beauty. Dee's voice, steady yet filled with emotion, carried words he had rehearsed in his heart countless times, words of commitment, gratitude, and a promise of forever. He spoke of choosing Huyen every day, of building a life not just around love, but around trust, laughter, and the family they were already nurturing together. Huyen's breath caught as she listened, her eyes glistening, her smile trembling with overwhelming joy. In that moment, her secret felt alive, as though it too were listening, waiting patiently for its turn to be revealed. Time seemed to slow as Dee finished speaking, his eyes full of hope and devotion. Huyen nodded before she even realized she was doing it, a soft laugh escaping through tears as she whispered her answer. Yes. The word carried 1,000 meanings, wrapping around Dee's heart like a long-awaited embrace. As he slid the ring onto her finger, their hands lingered together, warm and steady, sealing a promise that already felt eternal. Maya looked up, sensing the happiness radiating through the room, and clapped her hands with innocent delight, unaware of just how much more joy was moments away from unfolding. Dee stood and pulled Huyen into his arms, holding her close as if anchoring himself in the reality of this happiness. For a brief, perfect moment, the proposal itself felt like the peak of the night, a beautiful culmination of love fulfilled. Yet beneath Huyen's smile, another joy waited, glowing quietly, ready to rise and turn this already perfect evening into something unforgettable, something even deeper, richer, and filled with new beginnings. As their embrace slowly loosened and the echoes of the proposal settled into a gentle calm, Huyen felt the moment she had been waiting for arrive at last. Her heart was full, yet she knew the night still held one more truth, one that would transform happiness into something boundless. She stepped back slightly, her fingers still intertwined with Dee's, her eyes shining with a softness that made him pause. There was a quiet certainty in her expression now, a warmth that felt deeper than before. With a small, almost playful smile, she asked Dee to close his eyes for just a second, her voice light yet trembling with emotion. Confused but smiling, he did as she asked, unaware that the world he knew was about to expand in the most beautiful way. Huyen reached for a small item she had carefully kept hidden all evening, the same gift that had made her heart race through dinner and through the proposal. When Dee opened his eyes, she placed it gently into his palm. At first, he didn't understand. He looked down, his brow furrowing slightly, trying to make sense of the object resting there. Then realization struck. His breath caught sharply as his eyes focused on the unmistakable two clear lines. Time seemed to stop completely. The room, the lights, even the sound of Maya moving nearby faded away, leaving only the weight of that moment pressing against his chest. "Is this?" Dee began, his voice breaking before he could finish the sentence. Huyen nodded, tears finally spilling over as her smile widened. She didn't need words. The truth was already glowing between them. Dee's hands began to tremble as he looked up at her, disbelief melting into pure, overwhelming joy. A laugh escaped him, soft at first, then fuller, as emotion rushed through him all at once. He pulled Huyen into his arms again, this time holding her as if he were holding the future itself, his shoulders shaking as happiness burst free in quiet tears. Maya, sensing the intensity of the moment, ran toward them, asking excitedly what was happening. Dee knelt down and gathered her into the hug, his voice filled with wonder as he told her she was going to be a big sister. Her eyes lit up instantly, her laughter ringing through the room, sealing the joy that now surrounded them all. In that instant, love multiplied, no longer just a promise exchanged by a ring, but a living, growing bond that connected past, present, and future. What began as a simple family dinner had become a turning point in their lives. With a ring on Huyen's finger and a miracle on the way, Day realized happiness was no longer something he hoped for. It was right there, wrapped in his arms, waiting to grow.